What's up, ladies? This is Marcia here. And before we bring on Member of the Month, I just want to share some insightful words here. Magda, aka Maggie, who's been a part of the community now for 2 years. Can you imagine starting a weight loss program and end up gaining 12 pounds? Find out how she ended up losing that 12 pounds alongside an additional 35 pounds on top of that. So, with that being said, enjoy the episode.
So the big question is this. How were two women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are Lady Strong Fitness.
Hey guys, this is Marcia here with another episode of Lady Strong Fitcast. I have a very special guest today, LSF member Magda. Magda, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So 2 years a part of Lady Strong Fitness. And today we're going to talk about how not to be fearful and doubtful within your fitness and wellness journey. So before we begin talking about the episode today, I know who you are, but for those that are tuning in today, tell a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Magda. I go by Maggie. I've joined LSF about 2 years ago, and I was very hesitant. I've attended many gyms before, but nothing worked really. I'm not very good on working out myself. I would go to the gym for like 20 minutes, and then I would just hit the sauna or like the steam room, and that'll be it. But I've heard about LSF and I've decided to join, and ever since I'm very happy, and I'm finally now pleased with my results. I know it's a long way and losing weight is a journey, but I am just so happy, and I'm ready to go all the way through.
I love your attitude. So let's back up for a second. Tell us why you even decided to join Lady Strong Fitness. What was it that you felt was missing that prompted you to say, I need to do something?
Okay, so my son is almost 13. So before I had my son, I was kind of fit. I would do half marathons. I would do 5Ks, 10Ks with my husband.
Wow.
Then I couldn't get pregnant. So I went on kind of like hormonal journey, and I gained weight before even getting pregnant. I finally got pregnant and I gained more weight. And then after the baby came out, the baby was fine and everything. I was happy, but my weight would just stay where it was. And I said, that's it, that I come out. And I know it's been a while because he was born 13 almost years ago. And I've joined LSF 2 years ago. It took me, I guess, 11 almost years to decide. I've tried many gyms before, but just nothing worked really. And it wasn't about the gyms. It was probably my mindset was different at the time. Mm-hmm. So I've decided to come join LSF and see what happens. And I did.
So how did you find out about Lady Strong Fitness?
So I used to work in a city in downtown before. And I would ride a train with Tiffany, the previous coach that was working at that time, it was called Midwest Performance. Yeah. And she would always say, oh, come join. I'm like, nah, I'll wait. Maybe later. And she'll always ask me, and I will like avoid her kind of because she kept asking me. But you know what? One time I'm like, okay, I'll come and join. And I did. It took years, but I did.
I love that. Very cool. So let's talk about some of the failures, because let's be honest, this journey hasn't been easy for you. And in complete transparency, when you joined Lady Strong Fitness, you didn't lose weight. You actually did the opposite. So let's talk about that. What promoted that weight gain? And then we'll go from there.
So when I joined, I gained about, 12 pounds, I think. And that's a lot, going to the gym and gaining weight.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, okay, if I go to the gym, I'm going to let myself eat more and maybe more ice cream, more treats, because I'm going to the gym anyway, right?
Yeah.
But this was wrong thinking. It was just, I wasn't thinking the right way. And after a while, I'm like, wait a minute, I've been going 4 or 5 days a week and I'm not losing weight and I've gained 12 pounds. Something is not right. So then kind of on my own, I decided to switch to like healthier foods and stop eating all this junk. I lost about 7 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year in April, we started the macro challenge, and
Yeah.
that really got me going. I realized based on macros, then I don't eat proteins a lot at all, almost. So like fat and carbs, I had no problem to eat every day. But proteins, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta change my thinking. So I did. So I totally like reset my mindset, and I said, okay, I can't just be going to the gym and not losing weight. So and I've noticed that I have like more like a little bit of muscle tone, maybe more than I had more strength than I had before, but still the fat wasn't coming out right off. So I'm like, that's it. And that's what I
like that. So I want to bring something up because I already know that a lot of people that are watching this episode or listening I'm going to interpret that they probably don't know what macros are. Not everybody that's watching, because let's be honest, when you first joined, I'm assuming you probably didn't either, right?
No.
So I'm sure that she's probably like, what is she talking about? Macros and this and that and proteins and carbs. So you joined a challenge that we typically have throughout one time per year, the Macro Shred Challenge. And I believe that was in March, correct me if I'm wrong.
Right, yes.
And this Macro Shred Challenge was all about nutrition and how to dial in for nutrition. So Maggie's referencing how she noticed by joining this challenge that she wasn't eating enough protein. Like she mentioned, there's 3 different types of macros: your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Assuming you were getting all your fats and carbs in, but you were lacking protein, like you said. So just to sum things up for you guys. Now, and kudos to you. I want you to share with the women, since doing that Macro Shred Challenge, how much weight have you lost?
Almost 30 pounds.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And you say it so nonchalant, like it's no big deal, but that is huge, especially coming into a program, like you said, and you gain like 12 pounds. So right away, which is why I titled this episode, Not Being Fearful or Doubtful. Did you have any doubts after you gained that weight? Like, this isn't for me, because you've tried things before. Like, what was the turning switch for you that was like, I got this?
No, I wasn't fearful. I knew that working out is just not the solution here, because I would always read that diet is like 80% of your success. So I'm like, wait a minute, if I eat ice cream and then I go and kill myself at night to exercise, this just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So finally I just sat down, I had tears in my eyes. My husband was like, why are you crying? And I just told him, and he's like, because I told you don't eat all that stuff. And that's it. I just stopped. I wasn't fearful that it's not going to happen. I just had to realize it myself that this is not working. I have to do something else.
Yeah.
And the challenge really helped me a lot.
I like that.
Again.
I like that a lot. So thank you for sharing that story. So fast forwarding a little bit, since that Macro Shred Challenge that was in March, now we have another challenge. Mind you, we typically host about 1 challenge per quarter. Now we're doing what's called a 30-day Shed to Shred Challenge, which is completely different than what we did in that last challenge that you did. So you decided to take the plunge, leap of faith, and sign up for this challenge. Now share your success throughout this challenge. We're actually currently going through it right now. We are on week number 2, the end of week 2. So 2 weeks, where are you at as far as your results are concerned?
So I'll step back a little. So from the last challenge, I never lost my macro counting. I would count my macros every day.
I love that.
Coming to this challenge now, it's a little bit different because we have meal plans. We know what to eat, how much we have to eat. So for the 2 weeks now, I've lost 11 pounds.
Yes, I love that.
2 weeks will be this coming Sunday, I believe. Yeah, so I lost 11 pounds, and I'm eating healthier. I'm less bloated, and my periods are less painful.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
They used to be. Yeah. I mean, always like the day before my period, I would know, oh my gosh, my belly is hurting me, I'm gonna get period. And then this time it was like nothing. I just like went through it and done.
I love that. What do you think has been the biggest contributing factor to not having those side effects, less bloated, less period pains? What do you think has really helped that?
Well, the clean eating. I think we eat clean right now. We eat little portions. We eat often throughout the day. So I'm never hungry really.
Yeah.
Like where before I would kill myself half a day not to eat, and then I would just eat a lot probably at night, right? Now it's just like myself and my girls in my group, like the 735 group. We have a big like we have a group message that we support each other and we exchange ideas a lot and recipes. So we make sure that we never stay hungry. We always eat something. So you have those 3 meals, and then you have the protein shakes, and it does really help.
100%. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because there's a stigma in today's society and the misconception that eating less will allow you to lose weight. And it's actually the opposite. Like, food is fuel and it helps with your weight loss. And now you're starting to realize that. And maybe you already knew that, but maybe for someone that's listening today that maybe thought it was the other way around. And you are a testament to that. Like, hey, I'm still eating and I'm losing weight. So clearly what you're doing is working. So I know how often you work out, but share with the audience, how often do you work out and what time you work out, and we'll talk about the community.
So I work out 5 to 6 days a week. It's usually 7:35 p.m. during the week, Monday through Thursday, then Friday 5 a.m. And it's usually Saturday, Sunday, so it depends.
How do you juggle that with having kids, being a mom, working, and then managing to find time for yourself?
So my son started a football season now until end of November. So that's why I can't come at 7:35 p.m. anymore during the week. I'll come at 5 a.m. So I'll just have to switch things around and wake up early.
I like that. So you're finding time for yourself, because people always have excuses like, oh, I don't have time. But for you, it's like, it's an appointment you don't miss. Like you just said, I just switch my schedule around and I make it work.
Marcia, if I miss a workout, I'm in bad mood. I don't know. I'm so addicted to it that I really can't.
What? And you weren't always like that, correct me?
No.
Yeah. So what did you try in the past that you're like, oh, it didn't work? Because like, I want people to realize, like, they're not the only ones that are out there. There are other people out there like them. So what have you tried in the past that didn't work versus Lady Strong Fitness? And I don't want you to list names or anything. Like, were you just trying to do it on your own, or?
Well, before, as I said, before I had Josh, I love to run. Then all this stuff. Then I joined Lifetime, and it didn't work. I have to work in a group with women, and we have to motivate and support each other. And if I see a bunch of girls around me working out, I am like, okay, am I gonna do it? Oh yes, I'm gonna do the same way, And it kind of motivates me when I see a girl next to me and she's killing herself to do plank. I'm like, okay, I'll have to do that. I have to hold the plank. It motivates me when I see girls around me. And when we chit chat and when we talk about the different dumbbells we're gonna use and the kettlebells, it's just so motivating and so helpful to stay on track and be supported by everyone.
I like that. So let's talk a little bit more about the community, because when you first joined, you didn't know all these people. Let's be honest.
I only knew one girl.
Yeah, how you got to explain, how did this relationship build up to where it's at today, to where you guys are now in group messages and you guys spend time outside of the gym with each other? Again, coming in, you didn't have this type of relationship.
No.
But explain, how did that all come about?
It all happened. We were working out at the same time at 7:35 p.m. We will always be the same girls every day. And, little by little, day by day, we started getting closer together and talking and starting to have friendship together. We went to Nashville together, and it was like 12 of us. Well, six from the gym, and then 6 other girls. So, it's just, I think, and we also, we're not, because a friendship with girls can be sometimes difficult. But here I feel like we're just one part of a big group, and we support each other. So we're not like, oh, you look better, you can lift more than I do. It just doesn't matter. It just matters that we are together and we're just helping each other out.
I like that. Now I'm sure they're going to be watching this, by the way. So shout out to the 7:30 p.m.
I know. My
So
girls.
would you say, now looking back and building those relationships within, could you do it without them? And answer truthfully.
Not 100%, no.
Yeah.
Maybe have 50%, maybe.
Yeah.
But I need people around me to support me. That's
100%.
easier.
I completely agree with that, because I'll be honest with you. I don't care who you are. You can't do any sort of journey alone. It's hard, especially
Yeah.
the days that, and I'm assuming the days that maybe you don't want to come in, or you don't come in, they're probably wondering, hey, where are you? You know, and that's
Always.
yeah, and that's huge. That's so huge. So I'm so happy for all you guys. Like, honestly, it makes me extremely happy. It really
And I'll
does.
be honest, like sometimes in a group mess, I will say, oh my gosh, I don't feel like going. And then like, get your butt and let's go. And that's it. And I'm there, or like they're there. Well, we all are there.
Yeah. So
So
last question, I like to sum things up here, is if you had any advice for both non-members who are on the fence about joining, and maybe members who are stuck, what would that advice be?
I would say, don't give up. Even if you gain a little bit, as I did, I never gave up, because one day you're gonna come to a point you realize that this will work. You just have to change your mindset and just work hard, be motivated, disciplined enough, and just love coming to the gym. I mean, I love to say now that I love the gym. I would never say this before, ever.
Like, well, who is this person?
Yeah, I'm like, no, leave me alone. I gotta go to the gym. So,
yes, I love it. Maggie, thank you so much. Seriously, like it's an honor having you on the show today. Ladies, thank you so much for tuning in of another episode of the Lady Strong Fit Cast. Have an amazing day, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.